This is kind of like what we saw in the movie Inception. It's a skill that anyone can learn relatively easily. Many of the world's greatest minds, whether they're scientists, artists, or filmmakers, have been inspired by lucid dreams. Take Albert Einstein, Nikola Tesla, and Richard Feynman, for example. These brilliant scientists used lucid dreaming to picture their scientific theories and solve difficult problems. In 1965, Paul McCartney composed the entire melody of his famous song, Yesterday, during a dream. James Cameron, the director of blockbusters like Terminator, True Lies, and Titanic, said that the idea for Avatar came from one of his lucid dreams. After the movie Inception, Leonardo DiCaprio became known for lucid dreaming. He said that he was a lucid dreamer even before the movie. Lucid dreaming is when you know you're dreaming. It's very different from stressful dreams. In a stressful dream, you might dream that you're late for an important meeting and can't get in when you arrive. But in a lucid dream, you can experience the dream vividly, and what's more, you can control it. You can be like a real screenwriter and change the dream as you like. There are two main parts of the brain related to lucid dreaming. Our higher level thinking is controlled by the frontal temporal cortex. In normal dreams, this part is usually less active, but during lucid dreaming, the brain becomes more active. Gamma waves, which are part of normal brain activity, increase. And these gamma waves work together with other neurons related to our awareness and decision-making. Scientists are very interested in how we can make our brains enter a lucid dreaming state. This is because it can help us better understand how our consciousness works. Also, lucid dreaming has many practical uses. For example, it can be used in therapy. People with PTSD or chronic nightmares often have a hard time sleeping. Their nightmares are usually about a bad event, and this makes them scared and anxious. But with lucid dreaming therapy, they can realize that the dream isn't real and change the nightmare into a better one. Another use is to improve motor skills. When you imagine doing a physical action in a lucid dream, the same parts of your brain are activated as when you actually do it. This is very useful in many fields. Athletes can use it to practice difficult moves, musicians can practice playing music, and in the medical field, it can help patients recover their motor skills after a nervous system injury. So, how can we have a lucid dream? There are several ways. Cognitive techniques seem to be the most effective. Australian researchers found that a combination of reality testing, mnemonic induction of lucid dreams, mild, and wake-back to bed WBB works well. Reality testing is like what we saw in Inception. You can ask yourself during the day if you're dreaming. In the movie, they use a spinning top. In real life, you can try other things. For example, look at a clock. If the numbers are strange or changing in a wrong way, you might be dreaming. Or try to breathe while pinching your nose. If you can, it means you're probably dreaming. The more you do this during the day, the more likely you are to do it in a dream and realize you're dreaming. The mild technique means you think about a dream before you go to sleep. You imagine that you become aware that you're dreaming in the dream. At the same time, repeat a sentence like, "Every time I dream, I want to know I'm dreaming." It's best to do this when you're about to fall asleep. The WBTB method is to set your alarm to wake up 1 or 2 hours before your usual waking time. When the alarm rings, wake up for a few minutes and then go back to sleep. This short wake-up time makes the parts of your brain related to lucid dreaming more active. When you go back to REM sleep, you're more likely to have a lucid dream. Pressing the snooze button a few times might also help. Besides these, there are other ways. Some people use external stimuli like flashlights, vibrations, or sounds during REM sleep to try to make themselves realize they're dreaming. But these need to be used carefully. If they're too strong, they might wake you up. If they're too weak, you might not notice them. Also, drugs like galantamine, which is used to treat Alzheimer's disease, can help with lucid dreaming, especially when used with WBTB or mild. But we're still not sure how safe and effective it is because it might have side effects. Even though we've learned a lot about lucid dreaming in recent years, we still have a long way to go before we can all easily have lucid dreams. But there are many people who can do it, which shows that we have the power to control our dreams. Are you going to give it a try? Are you already a lucid dreamer?